Hey guys, today we're going to talk about the Power Hour to-do list. Now, this is your daily task list of things that I encourage you to do every day to move your business forward. So at this point in the bootcamp mentorship group, I have given you lots of tools on what to do to make your solid foundation for this business, right? So today I'm going to kind of put it all together for you on a step-by-step thing that you can use every single day that you could just boom out your work for the day and be done. The goal for the Power Hour is to be able to do this in about an hour a day. So when I started this business, this was one thing that I learned really early on. And it's kind of funny to me because part of it is like posting every day on social media, like we talked about a few days ago. And I remember telling my mom, oh my goodness, this really works. Like I started posting a lot on social media about what I'm doing, and I have random people messaging me about it. So this really works. So this is just a really easy tool for you to use, for you to track what you're doing, for you to stay on course, and for you to work with a focused attention on what you're doing so that you're not wasting time and just doing busy work. I get a lot of people asking me all the time, what do you actually do every day as a coach? And this is the meat and potatoes of how I built my business. So let's dive right in. Like I said, it will probably take about an hour when you first get started with it because you're not used to the process. As you get better at doing it every day, you might pound it out a lot quicker, which is awesome. It doesn't have to be done all in 1 hour a day, and you can totally break it up, maybe 30 minutes in the morning before your kids get up, or before you go to work, or maybe 30 minutes at lunchtime, or maybe your nap time, your kids' nap time becomes your Power Hour time. However you can fit that in best in your schedule is fine. What I do is about 30 minutes in the morning. I have about half of my list that I do in the morning, and then the rest, because my children don't nap anymore, waits until nighttime when they're in bed, and then I just kind of pound out that last 30 minutes and it's done. So my Power Hour is a non-negotiable every single day. I do not let myself go to sleep at night until I've done these things. It's important. It is what will move your business forward every single month. We've already talked a lot about the objections that you're going to get, and inviting to your challenge groups and inviting to the coaching opportunity. So what does that look like on a day-to-day basis? What you're going to start with is adding to your network. It's so important to expand your network. Maybe you only have a couple hundred friends on your Facebook right now. You need to add more people because you're going to be doing this every single day and talking to people every single day, and you don't want to run out of people to talk to. So what I do is I add 3 new friends every single day. And the places that I find these are high school friends, college friends, my spouse's friends, friends of friends that I've met along the way. If you go to other friends' lists of friends, you'll be reminded of people that you know from the past that maybe you're not friends with yet on social media. So find those people. They're out there, trust me. So every day you're going to add 3 people to your network. And then you're not just going to add those people and just hope that maybe they see what you're talking about on social media. You are going to strike up a conversation with them in a really non-creepy way. It can be as simple as, hey, how's it going? You sent them a friend request already. They accept your friend request. You don't want it to get weird, so just talk to them like you would any other person. You're not talking to them thinking, oh, I'm going to sell this person something. You're just talking to them. You're getting to know them again. A good tool that I use is called Form, and it's a way to reconnect with people and just a way to think of conversation starters for people in general, but specifically maybe people you haven't talked to in a while. So the F stands for family, and then the O stands for occupation, the R for recreation, and then what is your message? So it gives you an idea of how you can ask questions to get to know the person again. Maybe you haven't talked in a while, and then it gives you a little platform to maybe let them know a little bit about what you're doing if you're ready to take that next step, depending on where you are in the conversation and in the relationship that you're building. The next thing on the Power Hour to-do list, number 2, is return messages. So as you're doing this Power Hour every day, you're going to have a lot of people sending you messages back. So you need to have those responses as part of your day. What I don't want you to do is become a slave to your phone or to your computer, where every time you hear a little ding and it has to do with Beachbody that you're automatically responding. you're going to want to do that because it gets exciting and you're like, oh, sweet, this person like wants to talk to me more and they want to know about this or that. And so it can become, at least for me, I'm going to be honest, it became a little bit of like an addiction in a way. Like, oh, I got to respond to this person right away, or, you know, like they're counting on me to talk to them right now. But I want you to set boundaries from the beginning. That's a huge reason why I recreated this whole training, is for myself to have better boundaries with the business and to teach you to have boundaries from day one. Just like we're going to talk about tracking your business from day one, I also want you to have boundaries. I want you to have business hours. So if I'm encouraging you to work for an hour a day, decide right now when that hour is going to take place and stick within that. So when you're returning messages, you're not returning messages all day long when you're with your family or when you're at work or when you're doing something that's outside of Beachbody. I want you to be present in those moments. You have a time slot in your power hour that you're going to return those messages, so it'll get done. Number 3 is share with 3 people a day about what you're doing, whether that's on social media, whether that's face-to-face. Maybe you're hanging out with a girlfriend that you haven't talked to in a while, and they're going to see that you have these awesome results from whatever program you're doing in Drinking Shakeology. Talk about it. You're not saying, hey, do you want to buy this? You're saying, when they ask, whoa, what did you do? You look amazing. Talk about what you did. Simple. 3 times a day. Whether you're talking about your workouts, your Shakeology, coaching, how excited you are about this opportunity, whatever it is, talk to 3 new people a day about what you're doing. Number 4 is sharing the coaching opportunity with people. So I want to encourage you to make a list of 100 people. There is another tool that I provided in the file section called the Memory Jogger, and it's going to jog your memory about people that you know, that you haven't connected with in a long time. Write down anybody you think who could benefit from your challenge group and who could benefit from the coaching opportunity. Who would be a really good addition to your team? Who has the passion and the drive to take something like this and really go for it? Who could really benefit from what you have to offer financially, physically, emotionally, mentally, whatever it is? Write down those people. Who have you not talked to in a decade that could maybe use an opportunity like this, or could maybe use some help with their health and fitness? Think of those people and write their names down. Then you're going to share the coaching opportunity from that list. So you can easily look at that list and reach out to 3 people a day from that list and just say, hey, this is what I'm up to. Have you ever heard of it? Share about what it's meant to you already, and you can ask them if they're interested in hearing more about it. Number 5 is invite 3 new people every day to your challenge group. I've provided example invites in the file section on how you can even word that. So download it, make it your own so it sounds like you, and start inviting. People aren't going to know what you're doing if you don't tell them. So we already talked about social media. We already talked about recruiting. We already talked about inviting specifically to challenge groups. Now you're going to put all this into play every day. Number 6, you're going to post at least 3 times a day on social media. I'm not going to go over that all again because we already had a whole training on that. But remember the 80-20 rule. So 80% of your posts are going to be personal posts about what you're doing, your life, your family, your dog, your job, whatever it is. And then 20% is going to be about Beachbody, workouts, Shakeology, coaching. Not spamming all about Beachbody. When I say Beachbody, I'm talking about your journey, sharing your story. And then number 7 is follow up. So again, in a couple days, we're going to talk more about tracking and following up and why that's so important. But let's say next month, you've already been talking to at least 3 people a day, inviting 3 people a day. You're going to start to hear, no, not right now. I don't have the money. I'm about to go on a vacation, so now's not the time. I'm going to be away for 2 months. I'm going to be away for 2 weeks, whatever it is. You wrote those names down, and now you can go back to them and say, hey, how was your trip? I'm so happy for you that you got to go to Hawaii. Looks like it was so much fun. I loved looking at your pictures. I have another challenge group starting up if you're ready to give it a try. So you already have people that you've already talked to about this. You've already planted a seed about it, and you're going back and you're following up with them to see if now is a better time to join your challenge group or to join your team. Number 8 is tracking. simple. I'm going to talk all about it in 2 days, so we won't get too much into it today, but it's part of your power hour. Every person you invite, you're going to write their name down. Every person you added to your network, you're going to write their name down. Every person you added to or you invited to the coaching opportunity, you're going to add their name down. Number 9 is be a product of the product. So every day you need to be doing your workout. You need to be drinking your Shakeology. It's tough to get other people to try these products if you're not showing how well they work. So that's every day. And when I say every day, I mean if you're doing Insanity Max 30, that's only 5 days a week. Well, then you have 2 rest days. That's okay. I'm not saying work out every single day, 7 days a week. I'm saying follow a program and talk about it. And number 10 is personal development. So we're going to talk more about personal development in this group as well. But I want to challenge you to dive in and do things to better yourself. I'm sure you've heard the analogy, like you can only, fill somebody else's cup if you feel fulfilled first. And in a business like this where you're giving so much and you're pouring into other people all the time, you need to make sure that you feel fulfilled first, so that you are the best coach you could be, so that you're the best wife you can be, the best husband you can be, the best parent you can be, whatever role you have in your life, the best employee. Fill that cup for yourself first. My PD is a lot of Bible reading and devotionals and prayer and just talking to God. That's me. That's my personal time. I also listen to recordings, Beachbody recordings from top coaches. That's where I feel fulfilled, is learning about the business and talking to God. And I should have said those the other way. It's true. I like to talk to God and I like to learn about the business. So that is where I spend my time in personal development. Honestly, what I do is I get up in the morning and I read my devotional and I talk to God for a little while. And then I listen to recordings about the business during my workout. It kind of kills 2 birds with 1 stone. I don't have a lot of time. So when I go to press play on my workout, I'm also pressing play on whatever training I'm in, or I'm going on YouTube and finding something from Melanie Mitro or Kelly or a top coach who has done something really well, and I listen to how they've done that in their business. So plug into some personal development. And the last thing on your Power Hour to-do list is review your Coach Online Office breaking news. So at the beginning of this training, I showed you how to get into your Coach Online Office and kind of scroll around and look at things in there. So I want you to check the right-hand side once you sign in and you click Coach and then Coach Online Office. The right-hand side has Coach Breaking News. And that is where it's going to talk about new products, new launches, what the next national wake-up call is going to be, and where you can keep up to date on what's going on in the Beachbody world from the corporate level and stuff like that. So make that part of your day also. That sounds like a lot, right? You're probably thinking, geez, Andy, how am I supposed to do that in 1 hour? Well, I talk a lot, so it sounds like a lot, but when you just get in the rhythm of doing it, think of it like the power of 3s. You're going to invite your 3 people. You're going to add 3 people to your network. You're going to share on social media 3 times a day. It just becomes a routine. And to be honest, in my opinion, once you get used to it, it won't take more than an hour, or it might not even take up to an hour in your day. And then when the business starts taking more time, it's because you're adding to your team. And so therefore more of the income is coming in. So more time might be required. That is nothing for you to worry about right now. Right now, an hour a day max is all you should be doing. And honestly, I take Friday and Saturdays off. Those are my family time. Unless I have something above and beyond my normal routine that I'm working on, I don't send invites on Fridays or Saturdays because people are checked out. They do not want to hear about fitness on Fridays and Saturdays. They're out with their families, they're enjoying things, so I don't do invites on those days. I still add to my network on those days and do the other things on my Power Hour to-do list, but personally, those days I don't invite. I feel like I was getting ignored a lot on those days, and that's normal. I kind of was like, dude, people don't want to talk to me right now. They're out doing their own thing. So find what works for you in that. And one last thing, when you are tracking everything, I know what I was going to say. I used to work a lot from my phone, and I would track things on my phone. And you can there's a nice app called Awesome Note, or I just use the actual Notes app that comes with iPhones. And that's a nice way, if I don't have my notebook with me and say I'm doing my power hour in the car while I'm waiting for, not driving, while I'm waiting for my son to get out of school or whatever, then I can jot down notes on my phone too. And then I can transfer them to my paper notebook. So that can be a helpful way to do this. So anyways, I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, post them below, and have a great day.